Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the brand new Ray-Ban RB4547 Boyfriend 2 sunglasses. But first, letting today's video sponsor our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, the website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop these sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 60mm lenses in an 18mm bridge. This is the standard size of the sunglasses. Ray-Ban does, however, also produce these in a smaller lens size with 57mm lenses in the same 18mm bridge. Now, the original Ray-Ban Boyfriend also have 60mm lenses in the standard size, and they have a 15mm bridge. So basically, there is a 3mm difference between the Boyfriend 1 and the Boyfriend 2 that I'm wearing right now. And as you can see, they do look very similar on the face. There really is not a huge difference, other than, of course, the fact that the bridge on the Boyfriend 2 is definitely a lot bigger. So again, here is the original Boyfriend on my face, and now let me go ahead and pop on the Boyfriend 2 frames. And here we can see that bridge is definitely just a little bit bigger there. And here we can see. And if we take a close look, at the bridge again, we can definitely see that it is bigger than on the original. But other than that, the styling is very similar. There really is not a big difference as far as styling goes between these two frames. Both the brand new Boyfriend 2, we are actually getting an all-glass crystal lens versus a polycarbonate lens in the original Ray-Ban Boyfriend. So they're going to have much better scratch resistance, and they're also going to have better optical clarity as well, which is really nice. But the downside of these all glass lenses, of course, is going to be the weight. These frames come in at 38 grams, where the original Ray-Ban Boyfriend come in at only 30 grams. So definitely a pretty big percentage increase as far as weight goes between these two pairs. Honestly, with all glass lenses, I would assume that these would be closer to 40 grams, like I said in my original video. But I'm actually really surprised these are actually only 38 grams. And because of that, you can actually wear these frames for hours and hours at a time without any discomfort. If you push it, closer to over like 7 or 8 hours, definitely you're gonna feel some discomfort there. But honestly, these are really not too heavy, and they're really not too bad, which really impressed me. Ray-Ban must be using a very thin glass lens here versus the much thicker one that would be found in the original Ray-Ban Wayfarer, but I haven't actually confirmed that for sure. But definitely something really interesting to note here. Now, as far as coverage from sun goes, unfortunately, these frames are not going to offer the best coverage from sun. So here up top, we can see a big gap to let sunlight in unprotected. And then here on the sides, again, we can see there is a massive gap to let sunlight in unprotected. And overall, these frames actually offer a little bit less protection and coverage from the sun than the original Ray-Ban Boyfriend. That's because they have a 3mm larger bridge, so they're going to stick out a little bit more here on the sides, again, offering worse coverage. So that's definitely something else to keep in mind. I think these look really good on face. Definitely with the larger bridge, you look a little bit more modern and a little bit more futuristic as well, which is definitely also pretty cool. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I'm wearing in today's video, these have Ray-Ban's polished black frames with their light gray glass gradient lenses, which look really good as well, and definitely add to that kind of celebrity styling of these sunglasses. Just a really good looking pair of frames in my opinion. Now, as far as build quality here goes, these are actually built maybe a little bit worse than the original Ray-Ban Boyfriend. Now again, it's going to be a case-to-case basis. Every pair is going to be made a little bit different. Ray-Ban's quality control isn't that tight, where they're all identical. But here we can definitely feel some kind of harsh lines where we have the injected plastic of the nylon frame here, and you can kind of feel that on the lower rim of the frames, and then also here on the temples here as well. It's a two-piece design that go over a metal stem. And we can definitely feel that line right there, which is a little bit annoying and definitely doesn't feel premium. And these frames are going to be made in China, so they say Ray-Ban T and then made in China there. And they do have a very nice and premium fiber all metal hinge, which feels really good. But unfortunately, they're going to squeak a lot. And that's very common with an all-glass lens with a nylon frame. I'm definitely not giving them an excuse here, but it is just very common with Ray-Ban glass lenses and nylon frames. That's why I typically don't do it too often. because that just sounds so cheap and terrible. It really, really does. Eventually, if you wear these frames, for like a year or two, typically the squeaking will go away because the glass lenses actually kind of wear down on the nylon there until it kind of makes it smooth and nice. You're just simply not going to have a problem like this squeaking on an original Ray-Ban Wayfarer, for example, with those acetate frames. This is just very prevalent with these nylon, and it's definitely annoying. It definitely kind of removes the premiumness of these frames. Again, you put these frames on face and they definitely look, celebrity style, really cool, really nice. And then when you take them off and they squeak and people might hear them squeak around you, it's just not very premium. Now again, some frames are going to squeak more than others. Some frames might not squeak at all, so definitely something to keep in mind. But personally, I really do hate that. I really do hate that. And, it's just a personal preference thing. And again, when the frames are made in China, the build quality is just not as good. We, of course, have gone over this a dozen times, and I've given you all dozens of examples of the Chinese frame just being simply worse quality than the Italian. As far as I know, the Boyfriend 2 are only made in China as of filming this video. However, maybe some made in Italy ones exist, but I haven't seen them yet. And Ray-Ban's really weird and doesn't explain any of this on their website or even to their wholesalers or even to their authorized companies as well. They just don't give us any information as to where these frames are made. Now, I also do want to mention that on my original pair of Ray-Ban Boyfriend frames with the polycarbonate lenses, there's no squeaking. There's no squeaking at all. As you can hear, there's nothing at all. And again, a lot of that has to do with the polymer lens on the original Ray-Ban Boyfriend and then the all glass here in the Boyfriend 2. But either way, at the end of the day, it just gives you a worse experience when handling the frames, and it does definitely feel, relatively cheap when you hear that squeaking. It's really bad. I don't know if you guys can, pick up that on video, but it's just really bad. And definitely annoying. That is absolutely for sure. So definitely something to keep in mind when buying a pair of these frames. Now, as far as pricing goes, these frames are going to run you around $175 directly from Ray-Ban's website. And I'm going to leave a link in the description down below directly to Ray-Ban's website if you are interested in picking up a pair of these frames for yourself. And we also have some available on our website for a substantial discount off the original MSRP, but we are limited to the certain colorways that we can get. So definitely keep that in mind. Make sure to check out both links for the absolute best price, of course. Now, overall, I do think this is a really good looking pair of frames. Like I probably said earlier, I really do like these. The looks are really good. The all glass lens clarity is really nice as well, and the good scratch resistance, which is going to help kind of preserve the frames for a really long time. Just some really great things about these frames, but again, the squeaking and then just kind of the two-piece construction of the nylon frames and them not being completely polished down properly so you can actually feel the lines there definitely also make the frames feel cheaper, and that's why spending $175 is pretty expensive. Now, if I had to choose between the Boyfriend 2 and the original, I honestly can't say which one I would choose. I really do like the 2. I would prefer the 2 other than those downsides that we talked about, and they also are heavier as well, so I mean, really just comes down to personal preference and what you like best. And if you are looking for that longevity with the all glass lenses and the clarity as well. So probably I would pick the Boyfriend 2, even though they do have that squeaking. And they are a little bit heavier. I think I would prefer these over the original, but either way, both frames look really good. And yeah, definitely a mixed bag when it comes to this pair. But again, keep in mind, you can definitely probably buy a pair of Boyfriend 2 that don't squeak nearly as much, or maybe even you could find one that doesn't squeak at all. It just depends on Ray-Ban's quality control when the frames were made. So definitely keep that in mind as well. But that's all I got for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up below. And of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video, just like this one, to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.